Hey guys, Dave from Dave's Glory Shopworks here. I'm down here. Hey, come on down. So we're continuing on the truck cab. Like there's a little bit of rust here and there that can be wire wheeled up, not a big deal. But I've gone ahead and sanded down a little bit of the rocker panel where there was a rust boil, and sure enough, if you look right under here, you'll be able to see a hole in the rocker panel itself. So it's just the outer rocker. The rest of this is really solid. Now sadly it's been dented, probably ran over some trees and whatnot. We're not going to fix all the dents on the rocker panel. It's still good, solid metal. And we're not going to Bondo it up either. That'd be just silly. But the rust holes we're going to get rid of. So on this side it's pretty good. It's that one, but when you look a little deeper, there's some darker spots in the rust, and experience tells me, oh yeah, that might be a little pinhole right there too. Experience tells me that this area will need to be cut out, and I'll probably end up going right down to the rocker. I'll have to sand all this off better, down to bare metal. Like if it looks like this, no problem, we're happy. But if it starts looking deeper and a little bit darker, then we're gonna have to well, cut a little bit more metal out. And we're not gonna sheet them in a slip over rocker panel or a replacement rocker panel cover. Again, the idea is minimal repairs. We want it to last, so we want to cut the rust out. Once I've got all this ground off, I will make a decision on where to cut, and then take some of my bolt. I just got some sheet metal laying around. It's 20 gauge and I have some 18 gauge, and I'm gonna pick one of those, probably 20. This isn't all that thick, and we're gonna make a patch. I will roll a bend into it to closely match this, and then we will cut fit the patch and however long it is, and then tack weld it in place. That's on this side. If you follow me over to the other side, well, I'll show you a little bit more. Okay, basically the same thing. The rocker panel's bent and dented and beat up, but it's solid all along until we get to here. And this side is quite perforated with rust. And I can see some dark nastiness here, as well as following through underneath. So this is probably going to be a repair patch about, looking at that, I bet you once I got it all sanded off, we're going to have about a 1 foot repair patch. And again, we're just going to do some simple rolling of some metal. What I've done in the past is I've cut the edge, left about a ½ an inch of metal, cut it all along, and then again right here at the body line, left about a ½ an inch of metal, and then when I put the patch up, I actually fold it onto the back side of the rocker panel and pull it out while I tack weld it in place. And then you've got two options. You can either run a skim coat of filler over it, or if you get it really good, you can grind it pretty flush and then you don't even see it because the rocker immediately curves down. But again, I don't know which way I'm going with this until I actually get right into it. Now these steps are going to have to come off as well. Thankfully they were bolted on not too long ago. The bolts are pretty easy to come off, and once the steps are off, I can really get in here. I'm going to use probably my grinder with a flat disc to clean down the worst of it, and then I'll come in with my sander and see how bright the metal turns, because like I said, if the metal turns good and bright, then it's good healthy metal, and we can go straight to that metal prep spray to basically protect it from rusting any further or any more rust coming through. I will spray the inside of the rocker panel once I cut the section open as well, and I'll saturate that really well with the rust converter. And from there, that's basically going to be the last of the major repairs for the cab. Well, almost. I forgot I've got these dents to deal with. But honestly, that's pretty good for a cab that's made in 1986 or 87. You know, the thing's good 35, 40 years old. and it has really held up well, so we're really happy. We do the dent repair, we do the rust repair, and we'll do the seam sealing around the drip rail and around the back of the cab, and there's nothing else stopping us from priming this truck cab and then moving on to the next step. That's a quick little update for you. We're gonna keep on trucking on this, and the next video you will see getting the panels repaired and hopefully getting these dents knocked out too. So the next video might be a little bit longer, but I just wanted to let you know where we're at. We took a few day break there due to some unforeseen difficulties with me being stupid and hurting myself. But we're back in action and we're ready to keep rocking. We'll see you on the next one, guys.